Hey, how's it going guys? Crystal12 here, back with another video, and I'll be reacting to 5 things you didn't know about mega cities. So, with that being said, let's go.
Megacities! They sound futuristic, but they're actually here now. You might have heard of megacities before. It's basically a small town, but, with a population of 10 million people or more. Sounds cozy. But whether you live in a gargantuan city like New York City, or even a small town, places like these affect you whether you realize it or not. In fact, there's many of them today, and they affect a lot of what's going on around us, from everything like government decisions to bigger things like the global environment. Sound complicated? Well, they kind of are, but with the help of my friends at Ford who's sponsoring this video, I'm going to break it down just for you. So, without further ado, here are 5 things you didn't know about megacities. Number 1 is their size. The sheer size of any of the numerous megacities that exist is staggering. Even more staggering is the number of people that call them home. Way back in the 1800s, only 5% of the world's population actually lived in cities at all, let alone ones with more than 10 million people in them. In contrast, today more than 56% of all human beings live in cities, and over 12% of them in megacities. This means that more than 1 in 14 people that inhabit Earth live in a megacity. Crazy, I know. In 1950, New York City became the very first megacity, followed shortly by Tokyo, Japan. And it quickly picked up from there because by 1985, there were 9 megacities on the planet. Today, there are a total of 37 in the world, with many other cities on the verge of striking that milestone very, very soon. So clearly, this is a trend worth watching for reasons that I'll get into in just a moment. Tokyo is currently the most populated with nearly 39 million people living there, followed by Seoul, South Korea with 25.5 million. Jakarta, Indonesia, Karachi, Pakistan, and Shanghai in China round out the top 5. And according to experts from the United Nations, there will be at least 41 megacities on the planet by the year 2030. That's a whole lot of people. We better get building. Number 2 is their effect on the environment. Megacities have both good and bad effects on the environment. In early 2016, a report released from the German Advisory Council on Global Change revealed that larger cities actually have a smaller impact on the environment as opposed to average-sized cities, specifically in regards to urbanization, renewable energy, and the ability to adjust to climate change quickly. Unfortunately, the bad seems to outweigh the good when it comes to environmental impact, as the planet's biggest cities create a huge source of atmosphere-damaging gases and pollutants. In fact, a study done in 2005 revealed that over 12% of our planet's carbon dioxide was created within megacities. And that number is only increasing. Mexico City, for example, only sees about 16% of its population drive to work, while the rest use other means. But they still have a big impact on the health of our planet. Luckily, companies like Ford are stepping up their electric car production in a big way to help combat this. Ford alone recently announced a $4.5 billion investment into electric vehicle production and research. Number 3 is their transportation system. One of the biggest and growing issues to be tackled within megacities is traffic. And if you've ever been to one of the ones I just mentioned, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In Shanghai alone, there are 2.5 million cars on the road. With such a huge amount of traffic, the state of roads in megacities, coupled with the obvious increase in personal vehicles, leads to a rise in the number of traffic accidents, lost time, and lost productivity. Take Los Angeles, for example, where I just moved. I can officially tell you it's pretty bad. With a population of 18.5 million people, there's bound to be, a teensy tiny bit of traffic. In fact, over 73% of Los Angeles roadways are in dire need of repairs and upgrades. Over in Tokyo, it's no better, as the Japanese megacity adds more cars to their roads every year than their transportation department and crews could even dream of keeping up with. This greatly raises the need for better public transportation systems and easy-to-use ride-sharing services. But companies like Ford have begun taking notice to these issues to find solutions. You may not know this, but Ford recently completely rebranded itself from just a car company to a mobility company, which means
Okay, I'm back. It kind of messed up.
Solutions to help you get around. For example, the shuttle service like Chariot and services like it are expected to remove 1 million cars off the road in New York City alone. They've also partnered with a company called Motivate to create a bike sharing service. In fact, they plan on having 7,000 bikes on the Bay Area streets alone by 2018. Just one step in an effort to help people get where they're going efficiently. Number 4 is their safety. When your city's population is ridiculously huge, the odds increase that you're going to have some bad eggs in the bunch, and thus an increase in the crime rates. Because of this, megacities require more police presence than smaller cities. Take New York City, for example. The NYPD is the biggest police force in the country, with over 34,000 uniformed officers patrolling New York streets at any time, and 51,000 employees overall. If you can't quite grasp how big that is, let me put that into context for you. That would make the NYPD the 7th biggest army in the world. And that costs the bigger bucks. It has a budget of $4.5 billion annually, a figure that represents almost 15% of the entire budget of New York City. However, luckily, because of this, the city has become much safer over the past 20 years. But there are other challenges regarding safety, not just related to crime. Homelessness is often an issue in megacities because of the lack of infrastructure and insufficient public services. But the good news is often in big cities, people also have big hearts. The number of charities in megacities often lands in the high thousands, meaning that there are plenty of people willing and able to raise money to help their fellow humans. And number 5 is the future of megacities. It's no secret that today, megacities are high traffic, heavily populated, and often intimidating places. But the good news is the future looks very bright. Actually, even futuristic. Over time, these megacities could redefine what transportation means. In fact, they already are. It's not crazy to say that one day we may all be getting around in autonomous vehicles. That is to say, vehicles that drive themselves. And it's not as far away as you might think. Ford, for example, has committed to a high-volume, fully autonomous vehicle for ride-sharing purposes by 2021. That's only 5 years away. This is crucial to not only saving the environment, but for the survival of megacities themselves. Economy experts even claim that in the not-so-distant future, megacities will likely be more important than the actual countries that they're in. Social and economic infrastructures of individual cities at their scale will present clearer borders than the ones that are currently mapped out in the world. What that means is that we could quite literally see the map of Earth get rearranged during our lifetime. This, as megacities attract more and more people and wealth, with job opportunities, surging nightlifes, art and entertainment advancements, and even just the chance to reside closer to family and friends. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Transportation and environment issues first. Baby steps, people. Baby steps. So those were 5 things you didn't know but now know about megacities. Big thanks to Ford for helping make this video possible. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel and turn on alerts by clicking the bell beside the subscribe button so that you can be notified of my next upload. If you want to watch more, you can press or click either of the 2 video thumbnails that you see on your screen right now, and don't forget to check out my second vlog channel, the link to which is in the description. I will see you guys next time. Bye!
Alright, well, that's it for this video, guys. Like, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.